What's up everyone? Today we're doing another pass or stack and it's going to be on creatine. So creatine supplementation is used to increase the amount of creatine phosphates inside our body, and our body will break that down and use those phosphates to synthesize more ATP or adenosine triphosphate. And this ATP is what the body uses for energy, mostly in high intensity activities like running, sprinting, lifting heavy weights, or like running up a mountain or something. So through a bunch of different cycles, our bodies create this adenosine triphosphate, and it's this triphosphate group that our body breaks down to create energy in the body to do things like move our muscles. Once it gets broken down, it turns into adenosine diphosphate, and when we take something like creatine, it brings in the creatine phosphates into the body and frees up a phosphate to use to recombine to the diphosphate to create another triphosphate. Now, creatine is naturally found inside our bodies. We make it, we just don't make a lot of it. You can also get it from eating animal proteins in relatively small amounts. It would take probably eating 5 kilograms of beef a day to get the amount of creatine we're gonna get from just taking one little scoop. So the best way to take it is a creatine monohydrate supplement. This creatine supplement can either be extracted from animal sources or synthesized. And a lot of people don't know this, but a high amount of creatine supplements in the industry are actually vegan. They're synthesized, they're not extracted from an animal source. So due to this increase in usable phosphates within our body to create more ATP, this improves our performance in the gym, and there are actually a lot of studies corroborating this, showing that this actually does happen. So almost across the board, studies have shown that supplementation with creatine can increase your performance in the gym while lifting heavy weights, doing anaerobic activity. It can increase muscle glycogen synthesis. It can increase your performance while doing short-term, high-intensity things like sprinting. And a lot more is coming out about the fact that it can actually improve your recovery post-workout. So that can lead to increased hypertrophy over time and your ability to hit the gym a little harder and a little more frequently than if you weren't taking the supplementation. Now, aside from the actual performance improvements you can get from taking creatine, there's an aesthetic component as well. Creatine is very known to hold water in your muscle, so instead of putting water subcutaneously or under the skin, which would make you look less lean, it puts water in the muscle, which actually makes you look a little bit more lean because it makes your muscle look bigger without you adding that subcutaneous water layer. But because of this, we actually get a good amount of water retention, so you might gain 3 to 5 pounds in the first week or two when you start taking creatine consistently, but this is just water weight, and the good thing is most of it's in your muscle, so it's not inflammation water weight, it's not subcutaneous water weight, it's not water in your organs or bloating, hopefully. It's not very common for creatine to cause bloating, so if that does happen to you, you can look into another form of creatine other than monohydrate, but monohydrate is kind of the industry standard. So we're going to put a bunch of studies into the description of this that you can read, but I'm going to go over real quick how it's normally taken. Most people will get a creatine monohydrate supplement and they'll take 5 grams a day every day, and they'll just be on that. Some people say that you should get off of it every like 9 to 12 months for like a month or two, but there hasn't been any studies showing that it causes any type of organ damage or any damage in the long term from taking it chronically. You can also do something they call loading, where you take 10 to 20 grams of creatine a day for about 5 days, and then you drop that down to 5. And that's if you're trying to look a certain way in the short term, you want to really pump that muscle water up. It can make you look a little bit bigger, but you get the same exact effect just waiting a little bit longer if you just take 5 grams a day. So when it comes to creatine, I say you should definitely stack it. And this is what it looks like. This is the creatine I use, and it's literally just a small scoop every day, just once a day, no problem. Drink it in the morning, drink it at night, it doesn't matter when, as long as it's once a day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You learned a little bit of the basic information on why creatine works. And my recommendation, as always, is either pass it or stack it. Today, it was definitely a stack. And I'll see you guys in the next video.